Hi, everybody. My name is Dan Bauer here with ServPro of the Southtowns for another edition of ServPro's Awesome Advent. And if you have never seen this before, if you have no idea what this is, every weekday in December up until Christmas, we're going live at 10 a.m. to bring a little bit of holiday cheer into people's lives. And my favorite part of that is profiling organizations working right here in our community that are doing awesome work to help people. Organizations that absolutely deserve your attention and time and support. And I think you will find them very uplifting and inspirational as well. Today, we are here with Mindy Cervoni. She is the president and CEO of Community Services for Everyone. And if you have never heard of Community Services for Everyone, I would like to see the rock that you're living under because they are a huge organization. They started over 30 years ago with about 50 people. There are all now over 900 people working with them here all over Western New York. And their mission, and I think this will, we'll dive into this, but it's to partner with individuals of all abilities to reach their fullest potential, protecting their rights and promoting their independence and inclusion in our community. So that mission is huge, and they do so much to try to achieve that here. So Mindy, how you doing? Are you excited?
Yeah, good. So nice to meet you, Dan. Thanks for the great intro on what we do. And yeah, we're a big place here in Western New York, helping lots of people and employing lots of people. And so I'm so excited to talk to you today about it.
Sure. Well, let's bring this down to specifics. Let's bring that mission to earth a bit. What do you guys do? What's your work? I mean, what are the umbrellas? There's so much.
Yeah, so we really help people. The majority of people we help have developmental disabilities, and we help them in any way they need. So we provide a ton of housing in the community. That can be, most people know about group homes. So those are in many residential neighborhoods. We have more than 40 in Erie County alone, where people need hands-on help 24 hours a day. And we also have a number of apartments in the community where we support people who may just need to come to the staff office every once in a while and get a little bit of help with some things, but not as much as you might need in a group home. So we do housing, we do really anything. We are very person-centered. If somebody comes to us with a need, we find a way to fill it. That can include things like helping to budget their money or pay their bills. We have many people we support when they have children, aren't really sure what to do in the morning with a baby, or as their kids go to kindergarten, getting their kids up and ready for school and being on time for the bus. And I know that's a challenge for me, and I don't have a developmental disability, but for the people we're supporting, some of those things can be a little difficult. So we're there to help. One of the major things we do is we help people get a job. So sometimes people aren't sure that work is a possibility for them, but we believe anything's possible. So we will work with them to find out, what is your dream job? What type of career do you want? We do career exploration with them. We help people volunteer in the community to figure out what they really want to do. And then we help them set a path to truly achieve those goals and ultimately get the job of their dream. I can't tell you how many people who come to us who aren't sure that they would ever work, and now they're going to work a lot longer than I am, and they are the most reliable, wonderful employees. So really, if you think about any service somebody might need, that's what we provide.
And I'm curious to know, because a lot of what you described, especially things like housing, those are such personal, intimate things. How has the pandemic changed the way that you approach those things, or has it affected the need?
Oh yeah, so it has been just like you and I, who, well, I won't speak for you, I'll say it for me. So our family is at home, social distancing, minimizing, we're not going out places. And so the people we work with in houses are doing the same thing. So it's boring, right? So in my life, just, you can only clean so many cupboards, you can only watch so many movies. You just, sometimes it's really nice. You're like, oh, it's so nice to just stay home in our PJs. And other times you're like, I gotta get out of this place, right? So our staff are amazing at helping the people we support manage that. So it can be frustrating, and it's, hey, I want to go hang out with my friends, or I want to go out to dinner. And you can't do that right now. And so we have to find creative ways every day to help people be happy, have fulfilling lives. One of the major things we've had to do is teach people technology that they haven't had to do before. So um, we take for granted, you send me a Zoom link, I click it and hop on. I know exactly what I'm logging in my computer. I know exactly what I'm doing. For a person with a developmental and intellectual disability who's never done that before, simply getting an email, reading through it, following those instructions is difficult. And so our staff are there to support people with just being happy, like all of us need a little help doing right now, but also managing technology or online ordering that they've had to do for the first time, and really all those difficulties we've had to deal with in the pandemic.
Sure. And it's not easy doing any of that. I mean,
No.
that stuff can be hard to juggle for anyone. And
Yeah.
now it's so necessary to stay connected with people. You have to use all these tools. That's great.
One of the other things I wanted to share with you is that
Sure.
we serve a lot of people in the community who live in their own apartment, live independently, but just need help, like picking out the right things at the grocery store so they're eating healthy. And so during this pandemic, we work with people who are immune compromised and who were afraid to go to the store, or where public transportation became difficult and less accessible. They weren't able to get to the Wegmans across town. And a lot of folks live on Social Security. And so just paying an exorbitant amount for an Uber at this time of year, since they're limited, is not an option. And so we would grocery shop for people. So people would tell us, we'd have a phone call. It's like, here's what I need from the grocery store. And we helped so many people get that toilet paper that everybody's been, the highly sought after supply this time of year, and food and medications that they wouldn't have otherwise had, and really helped educate people on the signs and symptoms. So here's what COVID-19 is. So we see tons of, we read a lot of materials about it. We learn about it from our employers. There's all these rules to follow. But this unique developmental disability community, they're relying on us to teach them, what is COVID? How do you stay safe? How do you know when you need to call your doctor? And so you name it, we're helping people with anything they could possibly need.
Sure. I'm curious to know that, time travel back to March or April, and things are really confusing and they're scary and no one knows what to do or what's going on, kind of like hopefully we do now. What was the attitude like at your organization? Were people scared? Were they worried? Were they determined to get back out there?
You know what? I couldn't be more proud. So we have over 900 employees, and I honestly worried about that. I worried about people are going to say, I'm not coming to work, because here the state is telling everybody, well, the country is telling everybody, stay home, don't go out. And what we're asking our employees to do is go out into the community, put yourselves at risk, go shopping for people, go enter people's homes, work in a group home with 6 people who live there and other staff that are around. And so we're telling people, even though you're supposed to stay home for your safety, we need you as an essential worker, because that's what our employees are, to come to work, because people are relying on you to give them their medication, help with any hygiene issues they have, help preparing their meals, which sometimes people need help with. And so our employees were rock stars. They came every single day. We had our office staff going and working in our houses and delivering meals in the community and going and shopping for people. And people stepped up, not only in a huge way, but they took pride, and they thought, and they brought games from home that their family enjoyed, that they knew that the people who lived in this house would enjoy. Or they did Zoom meetings where they taught people how to crochet. Now, that's not an easy thing to do over Zoom, I can tell you, because I'm still trying to figure it out. But our employees stepped up and were so amazing, and it hasn't stopped. So the pandemic seemed like, things got a little better, but now it's sort of raging here, right?
Sure.
Our employees are coming every day. What I can tell you though, is we don't have enough employees. We need more. We can never have enough employees. People have, now that a lot of kids are home at school, from school, and we've had a lot of employees who needed to adjust their schedule to be home with their kids and maybe working different hours. We desperately need employees. We're an amazing employer because we pay good wages. We have the best benefits. I mean, a full-time employee, brand new employee starts off with 28 days a year vacation. I mean, just vacation, that doesn't even include sick time. It's like so crazy. We have an amazing 401k plan, health insurance, and we're an essential employer that no matter what happens in the world, we're going to have a job for you every single day. And so, I can just, Dan, if there's anything you or the ServPro community can do to help us, besides we're always looking for donations, is we need people to work for us. So,
Sure.
you know, there's kids who were at college who are now home and are looking for a job, or there's people who just graduated from high school and aren't really sure what to do, or there's people who are have retired from other jobs and are looking for a second career, which maybe doesn't, you know, mean 2,000 emails a day. We desperately need employees.
Sure. So to put a finer point on that, awesome Adventers, people who are watching, if you are out of work, if you need work, if you just want to work somewhere where you feel like you are making a difference, this opportunity is knocking right now. This organization is growing. And if you've ever wanted to be somewhere where you could feel good about getting out of bed and going to work and helping people every single day, that opportunity is here for you right now in the middle of a pandemic, if you're willing to, you know, answer the call to service here. So really think about that. And we'll put a link in the description so that people can take a look at those careers. Mindy, I want to ask a little bit more about the work that, you know, maybe those folks would be doing. There were two things that really stuck out to me on your website and your mission statement, and it's kind of all over the place. One is this idea of person-centered services, person-centered work. I was curious what that meant, but also the fact that you guys, I think this is an exact quote, we don't say no to serving anyone. So can you explain those and how those two things work together? How can you offer such, you know, unique services and also be able to accommodate every single person who comes to you for help?
Yeah, you know, so we get calls all the time by somebody saying, "Hey, I have this need. I need some support with my child who I work until 5 o'clock, and my child gets off the bus at 3:30, but I need some help from 3:30 to 5, and a traditional after school program isn't going to work for my child because they have sensory concerns, and loud kids running all around an after school program doesn't work for them. I need help." We're like, okay, great. And so we work with that person to find out, do you want us to come into your home? Do you want them to come to a site where we specialize with people who have other sensory concerns? So they're playing with other people and can also get some assistance with homework. And so that's just an example, but we really take every single request for support very seriously. Now, someone calls us and says, we need psychiatric support and I need a doctor. Well, that's not something that we do, but we do link and refer, and we have a ton of community partners. And so we're able to, if we don't provide the service, we're able to connect people with someone who does. When people come to us, we help them recognize what their gifts are, what their dreams are, what it looks like to be independent in a way they may not have experienced or realized before. And then once they realize they can do anything and the sky's the limit, we really help design a plan for the person, help them set goals so that they can achieve those things that they didn't even realize they wanted to.
Awesome. So what's next, I guess, for community services? What's going on in December? What's going on in 2021? What are you excited about?
Well, right now, I have to say our focus really is just on keeping people safe. But what I've realized during this pandemic is that the people we're supporting and people in the intellectual and developmental disability community overall need to have more access and more training in technology. Like I said, Zoom meetings have been something new to people. Online shopping, where a lot of the people we support don't have credit cards, that's new to people. And so this has created a real recognition to me that we need to give people physical technology like tablets, training and technology, things that maybe weren't a focus before, but hey, you go to McDonald's now, there's a kiosk. We got to make sure that people we're working with, if they want to walk in McDonald's and order a hamburger, that they know exactly what they're doing. And so that's definitely going to be a huge focus for us. We also want to make sure that we have employees, and I can't stress that enough. I mean, during this pandemic, we have recognized that having people who can be flexible and come in and support employees in different ways is huge. So not only do we have part and full-time positions, but we have what's called relief positions, where people are able to just pick up a shift if they're available. So I'd be like, hey, I've got nothing going on Saturday night. Let me see if there's a house that needs somebody to work there. And so what we really need is new ideas, creative, fun things. So somebody who may want to teach people we're working with guitar lessons. Maybe it's a volunteer, maybe it's an employee. And so, what I've realized also in this pandemic is hiring people with fun, creative ideas to help people expand their skills. That's something we need to continue to focus on this next year.
Awesome. So we just sort of covered a little bit of this, but I want to make sure it's consolidated and clear for people. I have two kind of final questions for you.
Okay.
Who can you help? Who should be reaching out to you? And who can help you? Who in this audience would you like to reach out to the most?
Okay, so we can help people who have developmental disabilities. So if it's a person who gets services who's listening to this, or family member, or a friend of a friend who knows, hey, I have this family who could use a break, or whose child just graduated from high school and they need a plan in life, we can help. So people can always contact us. Our website is www.cseveryone.com. That's csevery1.com. You can go there to apply, to donate, to see the various services we have. So we can help people with developmental disabilities. We can also help people who need housing. We have a ton of housing throughout, mostly Buffalo. We have a large apartment building in Lackawanna that's brand new. It's so awesome. If you drive by, and when I first went into there after it was built, maybe a year or two ago, I'm like, this is like a fancy hotel. It's affordable housing for people who maybe are at a job where they're not making a ton, and just need a little break, but want to live at a great place for a reasonable cost. So we do housing. We also can help people by being an amazing employer. So somebody who's like, I'm working in this job and it's not for me, or I've worked in the restaurant industry. I hate to, we want to support them. Please, get takeout twice a week, 3 times a week. But if you're thinking, this may not be for me anymore, or I want to have a supplemental job just in case, we can help people. We can also help people who are looking for a career path in human services, because I started almost 20 years ago in an entry-level position, and I've held most jobs at this organization. And, I'm fortunate enough now to be the CEO. The sky's the limit with people who are looking to grow in their career. And so that's who we can help. How can people help us? If you know someone looking for work, send them our way. If you know somebody who's got some extra cash in December and they're looking for something to do with it, we have, and I know you'll put the links, but you can go to our website, cseveryone.com, to donate. We also have a Venmo, Community Services Foundation, that people can donate to. When I mentioned to you that people needed technology support and we've been buying people tablets to stay connected to friends and family, those things are not things that people can afford on their Social Security alone. So we're purchasing things like that for people. We're purchasing things to support them when they're in their home and they're going a little stir crazy and need some fun. We're purchasing games and supplies. And so any help with donations to be able to support people that we're working with would be so appreciated.
Awesome. So if nothing else, people hear this, if you want to work in a position where you can really make a difference, community services wants your help. They want you to, anything from you, like you said, coming and teaching guitar lessons. There's all sorts of creative things that you can do to use your skills and your desire to help people as soon as tomorrow or tonight, or, obviously there's a hiring process, but the need is there. So think about that as you're thinking about how you can help. This is a very obvious, clear path for you. So, Mindy, anything else you want to say before we sign off here?
No, I just thank you so much. I thank ServPro for this wonderful thing they're doing to share information with the community. And I've actually used ServPro a few times for duct cleaning and carpet cleaning. And I mean, the top-notch, super professional company, the best to work with. So we actually had a major fire at one of our apartment buildings a long time ago. And I called Lynn, one of the owners of ServPro, and they were there instantly, had things boarded up. I didn't know what to do, but she helped us out in such a huge way. So ServPro has been amazing to our organization. So thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you, Ben. You're going to make me blush. I appreciate that. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. This has been ServPro's Awesome Advent. Catch us again tomorrow at 10:10 a.m. We'll be going live with another great uplifting message for you. So until then, have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.